Hello guys, SilverPlayer22 here, bringing you another Silver Player predictions for FIFA 17. This is part 2. My original plan was, I was going to work through the leagues sort of individually, but then I kind of worked out that, we're going to be, there's going to be constant transfers coming into the leagues and stuff, so for me to say that is my entire Silver Player predictions for the Premier League done and over with, it's not really worth doing, so I kind of decided that we do it in different parts, and I've done loads of these already, ready to come out, or ready to sort of put into these formats, and yeah, obviously as new ones come in, it means we've got something to talk about, so I'm really excited for these. I'm so excited for FIFA 17 now. FIFA 16 is kind of a little bit dead now, to be quite honest. Not a huge deal of great silver players coming out, other than obviously Pucky, but we're kind of the Premier League season started again. Unfortunately, my Sunderland team did lose to Man City. It was, obviously I expected us to lose, but, a little bit harsh in the end. But anyway, as we get into it, first player we've got is a player who got a team of the season card last season, and he's just moved to Leicester, and it's KAPUSTKA. Now, obviously, as the sharp-eyed amongst you will realise that he actually wasn't a 6 rated on FIFA 16. That is a typing error from me. He was actually, I think it was 63 rated, but don't quote me on that. But I would imagine he's going to get a silver card this year. I've given him an 8 out of 10 on likeliness, especially with him getting that team of the season card and moving to the Prem. I've given him a 7 out of 10 on excitement. I think he looks quite cool. I'd definitely use him. I always love using a good Polish player in the Prem, but I think he'll have nice pace, dribbling, passing, especially if we're looking at the team as a season card as sort of template for what upgrades he'll get. Moving into the next player, it's a player with a fantastic name who plays for my team. It's LYNDEN GOOCH. Now, LYNDEN GOOCH is just played in the first match against Man City, and he certainly didn't embarrass himself. He had a really decent game. Looked like he could beat a man. Confident on the ball, which is fantastic for a relatively young player. He was a 63 rated on FIFA 16, but I think he's almost certainly going to be a 70. I've said a 65 to a 71 rated, but he could even push a little bit higher after he started in the first game. 8 out of 10 on excitement, possibly biased because he plays for Sunderland. 8 out of 10 on likeliness, maybe even a little bit higher. He looks like he could be a really great option at cam or centre mid. He's got sort of, he might not have the greatest defensive attributes, but he could actually have them, because I think he probably will start as a centre mid, or possibly even a winger, to be honest. And there's not many silver US players in the Prem. Now, MAHMOUD, DAHOUD, obviously, his inform card is one of my favourite players of this year, and possibly a FIFA all time. I absolutely love the consistency that he gave out, and I really feel like it's going to be close as to whether I think he'll probably get a low-rated gold card, to be honest. I think that 8 out of 10 on likeliness is probably a bit high. 74, I feel like, might be fair for where he is now. I'd be a little bit disappointed if he was like a non-rare gold, because I feel like there's enough hype around him to support him having a rare card at least. And if he stays silver, I will be so happy. He could be one of those players that pushes on 70 on everything, because he's super well-rounded in his game in real life. And as you can see there, you can see the reasons for my excitement. Great long shots this year, and really decent defensively as well as going forward, so really cool card. Now, LIMA is the next player on the list, and he's a player who, he's kind of on here because he's just moved to the Ligue 1. Now, he's moved to Nantes, and obviously there's not a great deal of great sort of left-backs as far as silvers go in the Ligue 1. Now, obviously that could change this year. You never know who's going to pop up and stuff, but I think it's fairly likely he'll probably stay as a silver. It might be a little bit higher than a 73. I'm not entirely sure. Obviously, I don't watch the Portuguese league like a huge amount, but obviously he had a team of the season, which is, with him being a 69 rated last year, I think there's a good chance he'll get an upgrade, as most team of the season cards tend to. But it looks like a really tasty card if he gets something around this sort of rating. More of an attacking player than a sort of defensive left back, but still a card that I would certainly love to try out. Now, the next player is a player that was recommended to me by one of my subscribers who's been with me for a long time, who always gives me advice on the Eredivisie. Now, he's told me that Adam Maher hasn't really had the greatest of times this last season. When he has played, apparently he hasn't been great, and he says there's a really good chance he might move down to a 74. Now, obviously, FIFA don't always move players down a great deal, but he was only a 76 on FIFA 16, so I think a 73 to a 75 rating is probably quite likely. Excitement-wise, probably a 7 out of 10. He looks pretty well-rounded. Sort of player I'd certainly try out. I love a good player with dribbling. We'll see what the next FIFA's like, to be honest. It might be more pace-based again. It might be more strength-based. But, dribbling's always the style that I like to go for. Next player is a little bit biased. I obviously love Finland, and NIKLAS MOISANDER is a player that I've absolutely loved for quite a few FIFAs now. Obviously, he's been a gold pretty much the whole time, but I love Finland. Obviously, if you've just watched my Pucky review, you'll know that. But you know what? I haven't actually seen anything of this guy this year, and the reason I've put him as a downgrade is because on head-to-head or online or whatever you want to call it, he is actually a 74 rated at the moment. Now, that might be, I don't know why that is, but as I say, I don't know enough information about this one, but I think as far as a silver card goes, is definitely a tasty looking one. A nice defender, decent defending, decent physical, with really good dribbling and passing, which is something you don't expect. Not the slowest either. And yeah, in the past, he's been really good at distributing the ball from defence, and certainly a player I would love to have as a silver. Next player is RAVEL Morrison. Now, obviously, he's not really had a great time since going to Lazio. To be honest, since he's such an exciting player, he's not really had a great time anywhere. This guy is, Alex Ferguson and people have said in the past, he's one of the most talented players they've ever seen, but he's just not got the attitude for it. And I kind of feel like one day he's just going to snap into it. I really hope, because, we'd love to have him for England. Someone with that much raw talent would be great. And he's still very young, but to be honest, I think he's only played something like 3 games for Lazio, according to Wikipedia, and he's not done anything in them. I think likeliness of him coming down to a silver is very high, and I'm certainly very excited, because if he gets his act together, he could get a really cool inform that would link really nicely between the Prem and the Serie A, or even the Championship. But really, really cool card. Now, next player is an absolutely loved player from FIFA 16. It's BARTOSZ. I don't know why that card's a little bit blurred, but so much pace. Obviously, his team has just been promoted to the Serie A. And it obviously means we're going to see probably Farias as well as a silver, hopefully sticking to his range. Now, BARTOSZ, a lot of people are predicting that he'll move down to a silver. Now, I don't think he'll get an upgrade, but possibly not going to get downgraded. But if he gets downgraded to a silver, he is going to look like one of the best silver cards we have seen, because his dribbling is really good in real life. They can't put it too low. He is rapid. They can't put him too low. He finishes. So realistically, they kind of, have their hands tied in a way, because he is a relatively decent player in real life, but I don't know whether he's good enough to be a gold, so excited for that card. Next player is LACINA TRAORE, who is a player I absolutely love using. I love using those randomly huge players. Now, LACINA TRAORE is 6'8", as far as I can remember, but he hasn't had the greatest time, to be honest, and I think it is probably time that he got a downgrade. And to have that sort of huge player, there was a massive player. I can't remember what his name was now, but there was a huge player. Let me know in the comments below. He was like 6'8" as well. I can't remember who he played for. Let me know in the comments below. Who's been some really big, tall silver strikers in the past, but we haven't really got too many of them at the moment. It would be great to have someone like this, so powerful, so strong, great in the air, not actually as slow as you'd anticipate for someone so tall, and definitely a player I would love to use in my League 1 squad if he doesn't move anywhere. Next player is Bobby Wood. Now, Bobby Wood has had a really, really good Copa America, and playing really well at international level in general. It'd be a great addition to the Bundesliga as he's just moved there. Great pace and finishing. That looks like a really, really tasty card, to be honest. He's 67 rated on the FIFA 16. Predicted range, I'd say about 71 to a 74. I can't see him pushing him to that gold category, but you never know. I've given him an 8 out of 10 on likeliness of him getting a silver card next year, and an excitement level of about 7 out of 10. Just, it could even be a little bit higher. I am excited for it. Looks fairly standard as far as pacey players go, but that shooting obviously goes really nicely with that pace, and actually some pretty decent physical as well. Now, as we get into the next card, it's a player who has so much talent, but always seems to waste it, and it's ADEL. Obviously, a lot of people know him as being kind of overweight all the time, not really putting any effort in, but this guy is absolutely awesome when he decides he wants to play. Obviously got that 5-star skills. He's kept that pretty much the entire time he's been in FIFA. He's a 79 rated on FIFA 16, so maybe it's a bit of a stretch to think he'll get downgraded to a 74, but he hasn't done anything for so long. It's about time he was a silver, and I can't see him losing those 5-star skills. And although he's kind of not living up to his potential in real life, that is amazing for us on FIFA, because we love silver cards that have 5-star skills. He could be anywhere in the world on the start of next FIFA. I don't know where he's going to be. Will he still be at Benfica? I'm not sure. He's played so much for Benfica B. But who knows? Anyway, guys, I'd love to know, which features do you want adding to FIFA 17 Ultimate Team? When it comes to me, I would love to see them do more silver-specific stuff, and bronze for people who love bronzes. But I'd love to see like a specific FIFA 17 silver foot draft. That would be amazing, with like really cool prizes. They can be gold prizes, because obviously some silver players don't go for that much money, but I would love to see a silver foot draft. I'd be all over that like a rash. If you've enjoyed this video, guys, please comment below. Let me know which players you think will get a silver card next year. That kind of is a given for these sort of videos. Look out for the next video. The next part is going to be part 3, which is surprising, as this one was part 2. I'm sure you're all surprised at that. Like if you've enjoyed the video, and subscribe if you really enjoy silver content. Cheers, guys.